What's going on? Welcome to another episode of You Want It, You Got It. Today, I am speaking with the man that I've probably known, I'm going to say 25 years. I have Dusty from Fuzzripper. What's going on, Dusty?
Not much, man. Excited about doing the show and excited about talking about some music.
Bro, we've been trying to do this for probably a year now.
Yeah, sure.
But, it's what it is. Sometimes greatness takes forever.
Yeah.
But I was thinking back, we're not going to dive into this because I just stumbled on that. But because you probably got 40 different bands that you've been in over the last 20 something years. But the first time I ever saw you was at the Backwoods Metal Fest. I was watching one of my buddy's bands and I saw these young kids up on stage doing some Metallica and stuff. And I was like, oh, cool. So I watched them. The band was Assault. You were the guitarist and singer of that band. Fast forward a couple years later, you're in all kinds of bands in Clarksville. And one of my favorite projects as besides this Fuzzripper project was My Friend the Ghost. I still jam that demo to this day. It's a great record. So Assault, how old were you?
14.
Wow.
Yeah, 14 and I think 14 and then we turned 15 towards the end of that. Yeah.
Who was in that band?
It was me, my best friend David Weidman played bass. My other best friend Eric Roney played guitar. Dustin Richardson on drums. Thankfully, he was like 20 years old and had a driver's license, or we wouldn't be able to even play shows. So,
Are those guys still around?
Dave and Dustin are in town. I actually work with Dave, but Eric went out to DC, but I still talk to him all the time.
So was Assault your first band?
I would say it was my first. I mean, I use this lightly. My first serious band. When you're a kid and you're in a band, you think you're taking over the world. You think it's the coolest thing ever. But I was in a Kiss tribute band before Assault called K2X.
Okay.
And in our mind, we were going to be like the next Kiss when they retired or whatever, which they actually did finally.
Well, I did this for you, actually.
Oh yeah, I already saw it, man. It's awesome.
I was like, I'm gonna do this for Dusty. I know he likes some Kiss. I know he likes some Megadeth. I know he likes some Maiden. But I have my Kiss set up, so I'm gonna move it around for him. With Kiss being your first, I guess you'd say, cover tribute band, and you were, gonna take over for them. Would you say Kiss would have been probably one of your first musical influences?
Definitely. Kiss is what made me pick up, which was a pair of drumsticks first. And I was all about Peter Criss and, his drum fills and his drum solo and, Kiss Alive. I wore it out. And then the guitar player in that band left his guitar at my house with a tab book, which was Metallica's Kill 'Em All.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to try this guitar thing and see, how it goes. And I'm not even kidding, man. In 2 weeks, I was playing like full songs. It just like clicked. Of course, I was a kid. You had all the time in the world.
Oh, yeah, for
I
sure.
literally walked around with my guitar, and that guitar player got kind of pissed because I'm like, dude, I kind of want to play guitar in the band, and of course we had to find a drummer, and that's how Assault happened, was definitely, Metallica, Kill 'Em All, getting into Megadeth, getting into Slayer, because there's Kiss, there's AC/DC, there's Black Sabbath, but when that Metallica came out, man, it was just like you knew like it was going to be something too, like its own thing.
And we're a few years apart, obviously, probably more than a few, but even finding it at my age, finding Kill 'Em All was really late. I found Kill 'Em All at least 10 years later, and hearing that for the first time, it was like, holy crap, what is this? Because my first introduction to Metallica was Injustice for All. I wasn't even into metal at the time. And I just moved to Germany, and my mom's friend's son came over, and he brought over 2 records, and Justice for All. And this next band, I've been telling the story wrong for on the album, but the correct album is it's Iron Maiden, Seventh Son of a Seventh Son. Those were 2 albums that I've ever heard of, and I was like, "What the fuck is this crap? I don't want to listen to this." I was, this was in the 80s, that was like what,
Yeah.
87, 88 or something, So
Mhm.
I was all into like LL Cool J and Hip and Kumo D and the Fat Boys and stuff
Oh,
like that.
yeah. I listened to LL Cool J, man. I had it on cassette. I had
Oh
Mariah
yeah.
Carey on cassette,
Oh, you can't be
Boyz
mad
II
at that.
Men, I was all about
Oh,
it, man.
hey, well, that 90s R&B was something different,
Oh,
that
yeah.
hit different, that shit, that was the best, that was some good stuff. But no, when they were about to leave the house, I was like, "Hey man, can you leave those 2 records behind?" And he left them behind, and he created a monster because excuse me, I went down the rabbit hole after that. I went to the record store. I'd take all my money that I made bagging groceries at the shopette, and I would spend it all on CDs, and I bought everything and anything I could that looked nearly as cool as those covers,
Oh, yeah.
and then, but that's some good music, and
You
you
gotta
said
watch
like,
out for, Molly Hatchet, though. They'll get you.
bro, they
Dude,
had some of the raddest covers.
I actually do love Molly Hatchet,
Oh yeah.
even though the covers do not match at all, but
And nowadays too, that's the thing too. Nowadays, a lot of the covers and the band logos don't even match the style of the band or the
yeah,
music. It's cool. It's all right. Um, so you had mentioned Black Sabbath. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way. Did you watch it this weekend?
I did. Yeah, I did. I didn't watch it in its entirety, but I watched it in sections throughout
Mhm.
my either weekend or work day.
Yeah.
Uh, dude, I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty emotional.
Oh, dude, for
And I
sure.
don't think I was ready for it. Uh, and yeah, man, it hit me like a ton of bricks towards the end, you know.
It, I was introduced to Ozzy first before Sabbath. Um, and I think it was probably like Crazy Train or something I heard first, and then, I went down and then I bought everything from Crazy Train or everything from No Rest for the Wicked down, I bought all that on cassette, and, Ozzy was just one of those guys. I think we all listened to Ozzy growing up, no matter what age you are, no matter when you started listening to music, you listen to Sabbath, um, but yeah, that whole show was very emotional the closer it got to the end. Uh, every band did phenomenal. Except for one band, but I'm not gonna say their name. Um, but they have the initial G in their name, and then,
I already knew who you were
N
talking about.
and then a N, and then a
Yeah.
R. But I will say this, okay? Listen, obviously, people are still enjoying it because they're still selling fucking arenas out,
Yeah. Yeah.
I get it, and if Axel's enjoying himself, he's enjoying himself.
Which it seems
Um,
like he is, man. It seems I mean, I'm sure he's still sober. I'm sure he's, you know,
but does he think he's hitting those notes?
I don't think so.
No.
I think he's doing the best he can, and he's just,
Do
you
you think
know,
it's a plastic surgery? He's
I
had a
don't
lot of work done.
know. I think that the older you get and the more you abuse your voice, there's gotta
Yeah.
be some kinda scar tissue going on in there, and he just has one of those voices that he could abuse. I mean, and we know back in the day, he was
Oh, yeah. Cigarettes,
wild. Yeah,
alcohol,
yeah,
everything. Yeah,
yeah,
drugs. And the thing that he's lost is that raspiness.
yeah,
That's what he's lost, and it sucks. But like I said, they're enjoying themselves still. More power to them. I've seen them on this current leg of the tour. I enjoyed it because I had never gotten to see them before. And and also some people have never seen them, so they're like, "Holy shit, we get to see Guns N' Roses, so let's go."
yeah, yeah, definitely.
They did turn it into a Guns N' Roses show because they were like, "Oh, we're gonna one up everybody. Let's do 4 Black Sabbath songs and 2 GNR songs."
Yeah,
But it was all right. It's cool. What did you which performance did you enjoy besides Ozzy and Black Sabbath?
it's Metallica, man.
Do they? Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, 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 that I just saw him in Atlanta, So I
Yep.
knew
How was
they did great. So I know they're on a good whatever they're on right now. They're sounding great live. But when they did some deep cuts in Black Sabbath, and they were having the
Johnny
time,
Blade?
yeah, they were having the time of their life, man, up there.
You know they're having fun when you see James wearing tennis shoes on stage.
Yeah, I didn't notice that. Was he wearing
uh,
tennis shoes?
with his mariachi pants.
That's yeah, oh yeah, definitely saw the mariachi pants. Man, you
um,
got to think though, like a lot of bands hate doing those festivals because they're so drawn out. I'd
mhm.
probably be wearing some New Balances myself. I'm not gonna lie.
But it's and the thing is, James normally has his quote unquote attire that he normally wears on stage, and it just looked like he was just relaxed,
Oh yeah, yeah.
because and Randy from Lamb of God had said that everybody was nervous as crap to
Oh
play,
yeah.
and I'm like, well, I bet one, you're playing in front of the Godfathers of fucking metal, and two, it's Ozzy's last show, Black Sabbath's last show, and you want to do everybody right, but then also too, you just want to have fun,
I mean, it's
which every
some of those people may have never played in front of 40,000 people. I
uh-uh.
know a lot of them are seasoned musicians and they played in, a lot of killer shows, but even some of those musicians had never experienced that, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you think about it though, most of the actually, I think every single one of those bands has opened up for Metallica.
Yeah, you might be right about that.
Because you think about it, Lamb of God, I saw Lamb of God and Gojira in Nashville for Death Magnetic, and but Bridgestone isn't 40,000 people. I don't think Bridgestone is 40,000,
Yeah, I don't think so either. I mean, that's a lot of people.
because LP Field is 60,000 people. So yeah, but no, it was cool. It was a cool show, man. I enjoyed everyone's performance. Got to, just to see everybody jamming together. The super bands were great, especially when Jakey Lee came out.
Oh man,
Uh,
Jakey Lee's my guy, man. Out
yeah.
of all the Aussie guitars, he's definitely my guy, and I love Bark at the Moon, and I love the Ultimate Sin. Those albums are just so underrated, man.
Oh yeah.
Of course, every guitar player Ozzy's ever had is
Phenomenal.
phenomenal, legendary almost.
Anybody that's been in his band has turned out to been a legendary,
Mhm.
or I mean, Robert Robert, he went on to Infectious Groove, Suicidal Tendencies, Metallica. It's just
Yeah,
like Zach. Zach went on and did his own thing, Black Label,
yeah,
and he's huge. It's like,
and
you
now
know,
he's doing the Pantera thing.
that's did Pantera play that show in
They
Atlanta?
did. Yeah, they did. Yeah.
What did you think of that?
I actually thought Zach Wild was the most impressive out of everyone in the band, and I think everyone in the band did a great job.
Mhm.
Obviously, Phil's voice is weathered. I mean, come on, it just
Yeah,
happens,
he abused it too. Yeah,
but he still did a great job considering. Rex did a great job. He's always got a killer bass tone.
yeah.
Charlie did okay.
Okay.
It's really hard to nail some of the foot patterns, that Vinnie Paul did, and so I take that with a grain of salt, but, for the most part, he did really good.
It's it's kind of like any guitar player. Okay, so it's like, take you for instance. Okay, you play Eruption and you play it note for note, but it doesn't sound like Eddie because you're playing it.
Exactly.
It's like the way he hit the strings and the way he played his flavor he had on that song, And it's just like Zach. Yeah, he's playing those Pantera songs note for note, but it's not dime.
Sounds
He's
like
playing.
Zach Wild,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
But he's doing it justice. People are loving it, and some people have never even heard Pantera live, and this is the chance that they
yeah,
get to check them out. So respect to
definitely.
that.
Yeah, and
Uh,
I mean, Zach, he just
he's a
turns
beast.
into he turns into like a guitar god as soon as he hits the stage. He just looks
Mhm.
like a god, he plays like a god and looks like a god.
Well, here's my next question about this. So you said this, you just said that, you're like walking into my questions already that I don't even have to ask you. So you said he looks like a god. we're, nowadays we don't really have that look in the rock and roll and metal worlds. You think about back in the day, everybody had a look to them or a style to
Oh
them. Like,
yeah.
it's like, which is fine. Yet things change over the years. Everything changes, which is great. But Zach Wild looks like he's a rock dude. You know what I'm
Oh yeah.
saying?
Definitely.
Slash looked like a rock dude. Duff looks like a Axel. Motley Crue
Yeah.
dudes, everybody looked like rocker dudes. Ozzy, he's wearing eyeliner even when he's in sweatsuits.
Yeah.
Um, but it's crazy. That's like that look is gone away. Now you can look at like 10 dudes and you would line them all up and you'd be like, I couldn't tell you which dude was in a band, you know?
Yeah.
It probably would be the guy that didn't have tattoos.
Yeah. I mean, I had long hair for a long time. Definitely back in my thrash metal days, I was
Uh-huh.
all about the hair past my shoulders and, of course now I have short hair. Everyone in the band wants me to grow my hair out long, but
It's
uh
it's hard to do.
yeah, and the other thing is I work in maintenance, so
Oh
my
yeah.
hair is always in my face and I don't look so good in a ponytail, so
Yeah, when I had my long hair, I didn't rock a ponytail either, but I had to, like, at work, I would have to, but I didn't put it in a man bun because that's up here, but I would put it back here because I work in food. So, but I would do that and then I would have it under my hat. But yeah, I wouldn't rock a ponytail. I couldn't do that, man. I would have to let it either all or none. Uh, so let's talk about after you were in Assault and whatnot, you started some other bands. You had a band called, and I'm gonna get the order of these bands wrong because I'm not good with the time. But you had Thunderama,
Mhm.
correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And that was you. Trying to think, hold on. I know Bill, uh, Josh, uh, and I can see the other guy. I can see his face. Who else was in there?
Dave Weidman, same guy from Assault, actually.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I thought
He
somebody else
he
was
he
in that
just looked
band.
wildly different, and he
It
had long hair in Thunderama.
okay.
Yeah.
Now, how long was Thunderama around for?
Oh boy. Um, I wanna say it had to be a year or 2 years.
Okay, so but
I took a guitar gig in another band about halfway through it, and then that didn't work out, so we came back and did Thunderama some more.
and then after Thunderama, is that when you started My Friend the Ghost?
Yeah. Uh, After that, I started My Friend the Ghost. Um, definitely more like a power pop, pop punk type style of music, which is kinda crazy for me, but,
You rocked it.
yeah, definitely,
The
definitely,
swoop, you had the
oh, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I had the hair for sure, and, I mean, I love a lot of that music, man, but
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I came from more of a, 90s pop punk
Yeah.
kinda background, and then I played metal too, so I kinda some of the songs I wrote, were definitely a little more off the wall than your typical pop punk stuff.
Um, I've seen you guys several times. I remember one time I booked a metal fest or not a metal. I guess it was a metal fest or just a fest at the Coup, the Underground Meltdown 3 because of my third one I did there. And that was a pretty stacked show you guys had played. And then one of Cody Parrish's band played. What were they called?
Oh,
Alcina?
I can't remember.
It was
How
him and maybe one of the Howells was in the band. Maybe Brett Howe was in the band.
Man, I can't
But they
even remember.
yeah, it was something maybe it was Alcina, I think it might have been called.
That's
But yeah,
I remember that name, I think.
yeah. And they were doing their thing. They toured around, and then um the band from Nashville called Lovers Ball, they were on there as well.
Oh,
But
Aniston.
Aniston, is that what
Yeah,
they were
yeah, yeah,
called?
yeah.
Okay,
I
okay.
actually played in Aniston for a little bit. Yeah, yeah,
Did
yeah.
you?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That's that I took a guitar gig in Aniston for about a year,
Okay.
and,
Okay.
that didn't work out, and I came home and started My Friend the Ghost.
You're
Yeah.
like, I can do this on my own. So, and then after that, for a little while, you decided to record and release some, I guess, some country type stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
country singer-songwriter type stuff. Uh,
You had the look and everything.
yeah, I mean, of course, I ended up joining the military too, so, I mean, I couldn't help
Yeah.
but have the look, I guess. But,
Yeah.
uh, but yeah, I I like songwriting and I like writing that stuff, but I don't think I could ever perform that stuff. It's not genuine to me,
Yeah.
I don't think as a performer, and I don't think I've ever said this before. Neither was My Friend the Ghost.
Yeah.
I always felt like I was just faking it, kinda fake it till you make it kinda thing, which I had a blast in My Friend the Ghost, but
Yeah.
it's just it wasn't what I was used to, and I never really settled in, I guess.
Well, was that a project that you started or was it already started?
Yeah, I started it, when I got back from, North Carolina from playing in Anniston, and I believe I was doing Thunderama at the same time for a
Okay.
little bit, yeah.
Now, what's his I always forget his first name. Hartley.
Jason Hartley.
He was a drummer in that band, correct?
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I mean, I remember I know him, Did and he moved away, right?
He's in the UK and we
Yeah,
still talk,
okay.
quite a bit. Uh,
And
I'm working on some music for his project right now.
well, and he was in him and your wife were the OGs of
Yeah.
the first lineup of Fuzzripper, correct?
Yep. Exactly. Yeah.
Um, and then because I know Fuzzripper you had been talking about for a while, and then when it finally dropped it. I was like, okay, this is exactly what he said it's going to be, And then,
Yeah.
but it took a minute because it's your baby, and you want to give it your all,
Oh, it's
and
scary. Yeah. Honestly, it scares me half to death, man, because I write the songs in this, room and,
uh,
I listen to them in my car and, you know, it's almost like I'm meticulous, like, about everything, because it does mean so much to me, this style of music, it's literally nostalgic. It's all
yeah.
bundled up, that nostalgia into one band.
Oh,
Uh,
I mean, just listening to this the new album, that it's like there's so many different styles all wrapped up into one, yeah, you got it's that you have that synth in there, but there's so many different styles of different riffs in there. You got your thrashy riffs, you got your 80s riffs, hair metal riffs, you got your metal riffs, you've got everything in there and it all works so well together.
Somehow, yeah, it does. I love it.
Um I know the album, the current album, Poltergeist, which came out in April. Was that
Yeah,
correct?
correct.
Okay. Um, and it's obviously all horror based theme songs. Is that what the concept of Fuzz Ripper was the whole time from the beginning?
So the first album was very, like, serial killer documentary driven. Every song was, like, basically I was into, like a lot of people, they go down the rabbit hole on serial killer
Yeah.
documentaries.
Uh-huh.
And, at the time, I was in the military, and I was doing 24-hour duty all the time, and I was watching these serial killer documentaries back to back, so it kinda made its way into the music, and then for this album, I'm like, "Well, I wanna keep everything the music's nostalgic, I wanna keep the lyrics nostalgic to me, and they're literally all the movies from my childhood that kinda made an impact, the horror movies that when I was coming up."
Hmm. You have a Terrorizer song though on there, right?
No.
Is there no? Okay. I thought there
Uh-uh.
was a Terrorizer song.
Nightbreed.
Um, Nightbreed.
Yeah,
Not a lot of people don't know about that movie.
yeah, yeah, that's killer, man.
I actually still have that on VHS,
That's awesome.
a copy of it because, living in Germany when I was there in the 80s, we only had one channel. So everybody spent their weekends at the video store. Well, we all did in America on the weekends, but we would get them, dub them, and then return them, and then we'd have things to watch throughout the week besides the one channel. But I still have Nightbreed on there. I believe the other movie on there, I have Nightbreed on there. Um, The Fly,
Nice.
And what I some no, it's not Video Drone. Um, I can't think of the other one, but yeah, but I still got it in my VHS collection. So
I would say like 90% of the horror movies I watched growing up were like ripped from HBO or dubbed from another.
hell yeah. But you couldn't borrow something from somebody without hearing that HBO theme song in the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
Which I'm kind of sad that HBO doesn't have that theme, so that theme in the beginning of their movies anymore. That was
Yeah.
nostalgic. Maybe they need to go back to that because even the older movies have the newer logo at the beginning. I'm like, oh man, because I used to go down. It would go down through the H and then the B, and then it would
Mhm.
zoom out and be HBO. Pretty cool. So, um, the album turned out beautiful. The pressing looks great. I know you're happy because everybody always wants to have their material on wax, and
Oh,
you do
yeah.
have that.
Yeah, dream
Um,
come true, yeah.
yeah. Um, who did your layout? Who did the artwork for the cover?
So, this guy named Jonathan Grimart, he illustrated, actually drew out the design, and, believe it or not, Hartley colored it.
Really?
Jason Hartley colored it, and the original idea for the logo was done by, Lauren Gornick. She's another illustrator, which she'll be doing our next album. She's already getting started on that. Uh, but I kinda adapted the logo just a little bit,
Uh-huh.
just to kinda make it look a little more, I don't know, iconic maybe in a way.
It reminds me of what you would see in an '80s diner, like
Yeah.
on the wall, because like the neon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cool. So is this the Fuzz Ripper? Is this the Fuzz Ripper logo? Is this going to be the logo?
I think so, yeah, it's definitely gonna be the logo.
This blue here is amazing. It's a great blue. What
Oh,
made you
yeah.
go with that just to match the cover?
Pretty much, and they have all kinds of blues, but that's the one that really stuck out to me.
It does look really good. Like everything about it looks good, man. And can I ask a question? You
Yeah,
don't have to answer it though. Is that the wife in the background?
it is, man.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
I
Dude,
was like,
I actually have to show you something, nobody knows this. Oh, give me one
okay, well
second.
they're gonna know.
Yeah. So, the inner sleeve of the album is actually based off Kiss, Crazy Nights.
Get the
So,
fuck
I
out of
mean,
here.
I have a vinyl collection too, I'm all about it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I have
So,
a lot of Kiss vinyl too.
when I was getting everything ready for the art, I mean, look at this. Look how similar that is to the
You are not bullshitting.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, that looks killer." Of course, we did a black and white on the back. Of course, they look a lot sexier than we do, but
Well, you got to grow that hair, man.
yeah.
That's pretty cool, man. I like Tommy's mustache.
Oh, yeah. It's kinda become one of those awesome things, and I'm sure he's like, "Damn it, now I can't cut it," because
No,
we're, like, all about it.
it's a good look, man. It's a good look.
Dude,
Now he look what he needs now. Next time you guys play a show, he needs to wear like one of them like 70s or 80s like tank tops with like gym shorts and a
yeah.
whistle. Because then he
Yeah,
would look like a camp counselor.
for sure. He went as, like, Jake the Snake one year when we played a Halloween
Oh,
show.
hell yeah, that's what's up. So you have two videos out for this album, correct?
3.
Three. Which one did
Yeah.
I miss? You got Black.
There's
Okay.
Poltergeist, These City Nights, and Black and Red.
Wait, what's okay? Then what's Poltergeist start out with?
We're basically, like, in the woods, like
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I do. Okay, I remember that now.
yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I do. Okay, so I really like the way you did the Black and Red was really cool. The way you did that video, I really like that.
We had
Um,
a blast too, which is
did you do that?
we're
Go
very
ahead.
rare for a video shoot, but we had a blast, yeah.
And your videos aren't boring. They're good because it's, at this point in life, it's kind of hard to come up with new concepts for videos.
Yeah,
Because what hasn't been done already, but they all go with the theme of the song, and it kind of works out. And so I really enjoyed all that. It's cool now because I think nowadays everybody can put out videos for their singles now, and it works
for
really
sure.
well.
Yeah.
You guys got a new video in the works for this new album or anything else off the singles?
Uh, no videos in the work. Well, we have a storyboard in the work, but
Okay.
no video date or anything yet. Uh, but a huge part of the videos is John Duncan. He's a local videographer.
Okay.
John does incredible work. He also works well as a producer. He comes up with ideas on the fly. I mean, when I do a music video, I have it ready. I have it storyboarded out. I have it time stamped almost where I
Wow.
need everything. So if something like isn't working, John would always be there, to have a suggestion, that worked. And that black and red shoot ended up being 10 hours long.
Wow.
And we didn't hate any minute of it. It was a blast, man.
So you shot part of that at Oddly, and then did you shoot some of that in your basement or somebody else's basement?
So the first part was actually in this room.
Okay.
And then that's actually a fold out couch. But the second part, he found this warehouse over off Craft Street. They remodeled this old machine shop.
Okay.
It was about to go on the market, and we hit it just right to where we could slide in there. And then that was the full band shots. And then he had a buddy that has like a fabrication shop next door. He makes a lot of signs and things for restaurants, hotels. He's an
Okay.
amazing artist.
Is that a metal fabrication?
Yeah, a lot of it is metal fabrication.
Yeah.
Yeah. But his basement was just like that's the basement shot. It was just stuff
Okay.
thrown everywhere. He's like, oh, there's shit everywhere. Don't worry about messing anything up. We're like, dude, this is what we want. Like, this
Yeah.
is why we came here.
Oh yeah. So after the shoot, how long did it take before when he got done editing it and before it was
Oh
out?
man. Well, we were kind of on a time crunch for that one. So I want to say that John got it done really fast. Like I want to say it was like a week. Uh, but the other videos he had some time. Uh,
Uh, why were
we
you on a time crunch?
so one was the album release. I was
Okay.
already set. Uh, and the other thing was we kept getting rained out. Uh, and we had other ideas before. And I mean, everything happens for a reason.
For sure.
We were originally going to do it at a tire shop out in uh, like Cunningham Ridge past Montgomery Central. It's going to be an outdoor shoot, everything. But we kept getting rain and it didn't work out. So it kept getting pushed back. And then John's like, hey, I got a buddy that's, you know, can get us in on some awesome places. And they're literally next door to each other, which one of them was Sid Hetrick. Sid?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Since he's a realtor, he was able to find that spot. And I think he was the one trying to sell that spot too.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
It pays to know people in Clarksville.
Yeah. John helped us out huge with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So some of that video had to get rethought of and reshot because of what your
Yes.
original idea was.
Yeah. I'd say about 75% of it had to be redone. Yeah.
Well, that's cool, man. No, I mean, yeah, they all turned out really, really well. Because you can see sometimes you see some videos and they're just like, okay, yeah, right, cool. But this, like, it looks like good work was put into it. The production, the editing, everything just works out flow. Especially a lot of thing with like a lot of newer doing videos on your own. It's also hard to sync up the lips sometimes when you're
Yeah.
singing on some. That's the
Definitely.
hardest part.
Yeah.
And I've never shot a video ever in any of the bands I've ever been in, so I don't even know how that would be. Um,
So it's probably the worst part about music video day, at least
uh,
for most bands, because we record to a metronome click track. So literally at the shoot, we are blaring a metronome through a PA.
oh, yeah,
It's like ear piercing. just so we
Yeah.
stay on, and you can't really tell because our drummer Josh has long hair.
Yeah.
He's literally got it in his ears too,
Oh,
just to
hell.
make sure we're on, so when John's editing, he doesn't have to do any crazy stuff.
Well, your drummer is a beast.
Oh yeah. Josh is
We all know
awesome.
this. We all know
Awesome
this.
dude. Yeah, awesome dude, awesome drummer. Yep.
You have a great lineup. Your band, it's just like you guys. I mean, everybody in your band is solid. They're all amazing musicians, and that's really cool. You got Dom who's amazing at everything he plays. You're a great everything you pick up and play. And then Tommy, man, he plays just as good. It's like wow. So respect to that, and I hope you guys keep this lineup, and I hope you keep putting out fucking sick ass music. And
Oh yeah.
when's the next show?
Oh man, next Friday. Funny thing, we're playing this place in Jackson, Kentucky. It's like a National Guard kind of thing.
Yeah, okay, I
Well,
did see that.
dude, I saw Jackson and like I drew a blank and immediately thought we were playing Jackson, Tennessee. I even like posted Jackson, Tennessee, and the band's like, "Hey, this is Kentucky." I'm like, "Oh shit." But yeah, I got that fixed. But yeah, it'll be Friday. This next Friday we'll be
Here
playing.
it is, Metal Night,
That's right.
Fuzzripper, Ned, Free Warren, and Necro Winter. I want to say, if I can read
Yeah,
that right.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I just can't. I can't read those. I'm getting old. I can't read these damn lyric or these damn logos. Look
Oh
like damn
man.
roots in the ground. No.
Do you remember like in the 90s when like death metal bands started using regular font and everybody was like, "What the hell is that?"
That's pretty metal, man. Talking about like fonts, a band, we had mentioned this band at the beginning of the podcast before we started recording. Deftones. They're a band that every single one of their albums has a different logo. And it goes with the style of the album. They don't ever repeat the same logo on every album. It always changes on every cover. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool, because then you're not stuck to everything being the same. Like Metallica, that's iconic. Iron Maiden is iconic. Priest,
Yeah.
all those bands. But like then you got Deftones, and it's like, oh yeah, all their logos are different. I like keeping the same logo though.
Yeah,
So
I think Machine Head kinda did the same thing too in the beginning. At least the first 3 or 4 albums, they had a different logo.
yeah, you're right. They did. I'm thinking about that. And then, sometimes a band will do it for three albums, and then they'll change it up. They'll do it for a couple albums. They'll change another one. Um, but it gives you so many different cooler options for doing T-shirt designs.
Oh, yeah. I mean, even Metallica gave in the '90s, man. They finally changed it for a little bit.
Yeah. That with the M with just the little nipple at the end and the A with the
Yeah,
little nipple at the end, the Metallica star, the M star, which that's
yeah,
kind of cool, I guess.
yeah.
Somebody does. I mean, they've had some of the cool designs. Work with Pushead back in the 80s and 90s. But
Dude,
they're go ahead.
they have some killer shirt designs right now. I mean, I don't know about you, but, like, lately when I go to a show, I, like, go to the merch table, I'm like, "Man, this stuff's kinda lame." Like, it's like a picture of the band and, like, a logo. I'm like, "Okay, cool," you know? But they had some super killer shirts, man.
Well, and every city had a different shirt.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I got the day one print from Nashville. I got the day one print, and they
Oh,
had that
nice.
shirt. They had the shirt, and then the day two, or the second day, they had that poster, and then that as a shirt. You know, um, but I'm like, man, that's a lot of. And then every city too, they have a special pop up store shirt. So
Yep.
the pop ups, like the Nashville one, they had the Titans design,
Oh,
and I would,
nice.
yeah, I would figure that would be at the arena, Nissan Stadium. That's where I would have figured that would have been at. But they also had a Tennessee Titans Nashville tour poster as well at their pop up shop.
Oh, wow.
Um, yeah, but I mean, they've always got cool stuff going on,
Oh,
man. They're
yeah.
like Kiss and Iron Maiden. Like they have their name on damn near everything, you know.
Yep.
Um, no one's as no one markets as good as Kiss, but
Yeah, almost a little too good.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, what does he say? We got Kiss condoms and we got caskets. We got you coming and we got you
Got you
going.
going, yeah.
Gene, man, he's like the ultimate dad joke teller, So,
Oh, yeah.
uh, so with Fuzzripper, is obviously this is your main project. What do you want to come out of the band? What do you want to come out of this? Are you just doing it? Are you just having fun with it, or do you want to make it? Do you want to do something with it bigger?
We definitely wanna make it bigger, and it used to be hard to make it in the music business. Now it's extremely hard to
Uh
make
huh.
it in the music business. So it's just so flooded. There's so many talented people.
For
Uh,
sure.
you have to be unique, and if you're not, you have to work towards being unique because it's tough.
Yeah, and it's like it's crazy because like it's easier for a lot of things now with the internet, but then to get big and signed or whatever, it's a lot harder, because like promotion's easy. Finding shows and trading shows is way easier than it was back in the 2000s when you would have to call somebody,
Yeah,
email somebody, find a zine or something, or find somebody who'd give you a list of numbers, and hopefully somebody still lives at those numbers or something. And then you would have to print out the directions, and God forbid if you missed the page, because then you're like, oh shit, where are we going?
yeah.
It's just
What
like
was that called back in the day? We used to print it out all the time.
not MapQuest, but
Oh, MapQuest was one of them. Yeah, for sure.
yeah. Oh, it was a little thing that you could download too, and it would give a TomTom.
Oh, yeah, TomTom.
Remember
Yeah,
TomToms? Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, they've had all those, printed them up. You got like 12 pieces of paper with the directions. God forbid if somebody fell asleep trying to get you to the show, because like, man, I need you to look at the directions, bro. But touring must have been a pain in the ass back then. You think about it, trying to get from
Oh,
point A to
dude.
point B, you know.
Even the touring that I've done, like, when we were in My Friend the Ghost, we had this old GPS that hadn't been updated in years, and, dude, I remember this one time, I think we were in, like, South Carolina, and we were looking for a Walmart to sleep or something for the night, and we come up to this, like, barbed wire fence, and we're like, "Okay, where's Walmart at?" And we see these, like, National Guard dudes running around with, like, M16s and stuff. We're like, "Yeah, I don't think Walmart's here anymore."
It's like you walked in on a scene, I guess a scene from fucking Walking Dead,
Yeah.
like. um, I meant to ask you this earlier, and I'll ask you it now. And I'm sure you've already been asked this question over and over again. But what's the origin of the name of the band?
Oh, man. So, actually,
Is
a
it a
lot of people don't.
was it like a pedal or something, like a fucking fuzz
So,
pedal?
actually, nobody ever asked this question,
Okay.
which is very strange. Like, people would be like, "Oh, you're in a band, what's the name?" And I'd be like, "Fuzzripper," and they either laugh in my face or they're like, "Oh, that's really awesome." But, it really started from, like, a guitar sound I was trying to get for this project.
Okay.
I wanted it to not be like a tight kinda metal sound. I wanted it to be kind of like a looser kind of metal sound in the beginning. And then, the Ripper came from Jack the Ripper when I was doing the serial killer style
Okay.
song.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, so, so I just put the 2 together, Fuzz Ripper, and I'm like, "Okay, well, that sounds cool," you know? And then we did the first album, and that had that sound, and then the second album was actually a little more, uh, 80s tighter kinda sound to it, but, I mean, I love the name, we'll keep the name.
Oh yeah.
Uh, it was funny, man. So I was, like, asking people, like, "What do you think about this name?" Like, before I even did the project, and everyone's like, "Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I like that." And I got to my dad, and he's like, "No way, dude." He's like he's like, "People are gonna think that you're, like, beating up cops." I'm like, "What?"
Oh, cause the fuzz, like the
Yeah.
fuzz. Yeah. Okay.
I was like, "That's where you went with that?"
Oh, that's
Like
great. Is your dad into metal?
No, man. He's into, like, Southern rock. I always listened to Southern rock growing up. Uh, 80s, 90s country.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
but yeah, he was never into metal. I think the first dose of metal I was probably second or third grade. Visited some family in Mississippi. That's where all my family's from.
Okay.
And my cousin, which is a year older than me, got a cassette, and I was like, "What's that?" He's like, "Oh, it's Ozzy." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." It was No More Tears. So
Oh wow.
that kinda dates that time. I mean, it just
Uh-huh.
came out. That's when we were there. And I remember my grandma, smoking cigarettes all night, and we just kept flipping the tape every time it got done with a side. We listened to it for hours, man. And I was just like, "Man, this," even as a kid, I'm like, "This sounds amazing," you know? Of
I mean,
course.
that was a great record,
Oh, the production on that album is so good, man.
and it's like, was that Zach Wild's last album? Or was Osmosis his last record?
Mm. I know he did Osmosis. He might have did one more after that, but I'm not
Mhm.
positive.
Well, on that album, No More Tears, man, you had Hellraiser on there, with
Oh,
Lemmy, and
yeah.
that song. I mean, some people know this, and I'm sure probably everybody knows this, but that was actually on a Motorhead record as well,
Yeah,
and on Ozzy's record.
yeah. Uh,
And they were both recorded like Motorhead's version was pretty fucking heavy, but it was
yeah,
still similar, but
yeah.
it was cool.
And,
Uh,
I wanna say I don't remember which one was used for the movie, though. Hellraiser. It was actually used, like, I think in the
yeah.
ending credits or something.
Oh, really? That's a good
I
question.
think it was Ozzy's version was used in the ending credits.
You
Uh,
you know you know Lemmy said that writing "Mama, I'm Coming Home" was he made more money off that than his whole entire career
yeah,
with Motorhead.
yeah.
I'm like, "Shit,
It's
dude,"
crazy 'cause I think he was like I think initially he was only gonna write, like, maybe a verse or a chorus, and Ozzy read it and was like, "Shit, write the whole thing." You know?
Um, yeah, I mean, everything, I kinda, fell off on, like, the 2000s Ozzy, I didn't
I
not that
did
I
too. Yeah, I
yeah,
did
but
too.
I've gone back and listened to them, and they're great records, and even the
Yeah.
last album he put out, Patient Number 9, so good,
Oh, yeah, I dug it. Yeah.
and then and that was written, the rumor on that one was all those dudes, Duff McKagan, Chad Smith, I think Robert played on it as well. They all got this phone call. They're like, "Hey, you guys want to do the new Ozzy stuff?" Da, 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 da. They're like, "Yeah." They're like, "All right, but the key is you only got a week to do it because we only got this much studio time left."
Oh
And
my
they literally wrote that record in 1 week.
oh, wow.
Yeah, and it's
Holy
like
crap.
they were up like all day and all night recording that record, and it was a good album. Of course, I mean, he had some, that's the album he had, what's his name on there? He had Post Malone on there,
Yeah, yeah, I can't
uh,
remember the producer's name. Uh,
Elton John, Ordinary Man and Patient Number 9, both were like, I think they're supposed to be, I think they're double albums if I'm not mistaken, but they just came out separately.
I
But
got you.
they were both great albums, I mean, that song with Elton John was really good. Everyone's like, "What? Elton John's on a damn Ozzy album?" But
Yeah.
him and Ozzy were friends. It's just like all these English dudes stick together.
Yeah.
That's what it.
Did you hear Elton John's version, like, playing piano for Nothing Else Matters, I guess, and Miley
Oh,
Cyrus
on
and
on
vocals?
the
Yeah.
Metallica. That was
Yeah.
good. That was good. I ain't gonna lie. Even that Miley Cyrus's version was fucking good.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
they're all good covers, but how many damn covers did we need of Nothing Else Matters?
Bro, at first, I'm like, "What are we doing here?" Like, I was so confused. I really dug the Chris Stapleton stuff he did too, but,
Well,
yeah, that Miley Cyrus one, that was pretty good.
and everybody was like, "What, Miley Cyrus?" I'm like, "Look, talent's talent. You can't deny it, and
Oh,
the
yeah.
girl can sing, that's a lot of things. Like, over my years, I've changed also in the way I look at music, especially when I started playing music. I see music. I saw music differently. It's like, man, I'm not gonna say this band sucks because this shit's hard as fuck. Like, that's some talent up there. And then I started looking at it differently. Like, man, how talented these people are, and then I realized how the hard work that goes into things, and I kind of changed the way I look and view musicians and bands and stuff, and I kind of got out of that word, like try to say, oh, that band sucks or whatever, because it might not be my cup of the tea, but it might be somebody else's, and that's all that matters. And it just might not be for me, you know.
And
But
then right after that, you went out and bought Load and Reload, right?
I already still had those.
Dude, I'm not ashamed to admit that I love those albums,
Okay,
man.
hold on. I say this often. There's two records, or there's four records. Well, there's two records by two bands. Guns N' Roses had Illusion 1 and 2.
Mhm.
Okay. You take the good songs off those two records, you would have one great album. Okay. Nothing will ever compete against Appetite, ever.
Yeah.
Um, I think it's still probably, in my opinion, for me, one of my top 5 fucking rock albums, you know.
Oh, it's killer.
And then Load and Reload. You take the good songs off those, there's, that's a good record.
Yeah.
But when you go back and listen to those later in life, like I listened to them again, there's some bangers on those records that I slept on. I'm like, holy shit, like there is some good fucking music on here, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And everyone gives me shit for this. I love, and I say this with a huge love, I love Saint Anger.
No, I dig it too, actually.
Okay,
Yeah.
and I'm going to tell you why I like it. I stayed up and went to CD Warehouse in Dover Crossing
Oh, nice, man. I used to
when
go
it
there.
came out at midnight, okay? We had a party. And I got you can get the CD, or you get the CD with the DVD. And I got the deluxe edition with the DVD. And I came home and listened to that DVD. And if you hear what that DVD sounds like, because the DVD is basically them playing in the warehouse in their practice studio. That exact sound that you see them practicing it is the exact same sound that you hear on that CD. And I'm like, this is like a band recording their garage band, you know, and it's
Yeah.
a great, but everyone hates on it because of
No,
Lars
man,
is
I wore it out. I was a Metallica fan through and through. I remember when it came out, I was going to meet my family at, oh man, what was it? Adventure River or whatever it used to
oh
be.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, and I think I got it. I want to say it was either CD Warehouse or Hastings, one of those. And I I didn't think that it sucked until people started telling me it sucked. Then I'm like,
Oh,
wait, what? What sucks about it? You know, I was like one of those guys. And they're like, bro, the snare drum, it's terrible. And then I just like focused on that snare drum. I'm like, oh man, that snare drum is terrible. But
even though you
no,
already liked it.
exactly. But secretly, I still listen to that
Yeah.
album. I still listen to it to this day. I mean,
Oh man.
the only
I
album
mean,
I don't listen to is that Lulu album, man.
no,
And
bro. Okay.
I've tried. I've tried.
Okay. What if Lou's vocals weren't on there? It's a great album. Musically,
Probably. Yeah.
musically
Probably.
it's good.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I didn't know that Lulu was like it's a story from like an old story, and he's basically just telling that story over the music.
I had no idea.
This
Yeah.
I'm gonna listen to I own a lot of Metallica. I don't own that. I don't. Because honestly, I don't even think it's considered a Metallica record. I think it's just
Yeah.
considered like a collabo. Um, if you want to say Metallica's worst selling album, Lulu.
Yeah.
Um,
And I like I said, I've tried. I've tried to give it.
oh yeah.
I
I've
just
gone
I
back and
can't.
I've gone back several times, you know.
So what is I know you're supposed to be interviewing me, but
No, no,
whatever.
you can no, this is conversation.
What would you say is your top Metallica album?
Oh, for me, it's easy. Easy. Hands down, Master Puppets.
Heck yeah.
And my favorite song off that is Sanitarium.
Oh, it's a killer song, man.
You know, and something about that record just there's so much on that record. There's everything. You got the heavy, you got the chill, you got the ballad, you got the just everything's in that album. So it's an emotional record, you know, it's just everywhere, you know, and it's my favorite Metallica record. Um Followed by Justice.
Yeah.
You know, what's your favorite Metallica record?
Uh I mean, I may be an oddball, not really. Ride the Lightning. And I think
I mean,
it's mostly nostalgic for me.
okay.
Uh, I think like playing and song wise, I'm gonna choose Master of Puppets
Yeah, for
because
sure.
it's all killer, no filler. But Ride the Lightning is just like I got Kill 'Em All, and like I said, I was learning guitar, and I'm like, I had heard, like For Whom the Bell Tolls and stuff. And I'm like, okay, well, let me get the next album. I think I got it from Kmart, but I got Ride the Lightning, which you could see there's a lot of influence from that album on our album
Mhm.
cover if you really look at it. But and it just floored me. Kill 'Em All, floored me, and then it's like Ride the Lightning just like drove over me again, you know. And it's just that sound when we went to do the album, the engineer, Jeremiah Scott, mix engineer, I told him from the beginning, I said, I want the album to sound like Ride the Lightning, uh, and Bark at the Moon had a baby, but with a little slicker production. Like they went in and did it today with the same ideas, with the
Okay.
same production idea. And that's what I told him. And when I hear that album, I hear that influence of like Ride the Lightning and Bark at the Moon on it.
Well, think about this: from the time that Kill 'Em All came out until the self-titled came out, that was only 8 years.
Yeah.
And think how much they changed in 8 years. I don't think they changed. I just think they matured. You
Yeah.
know, because that's when they were all battling their demons and stuff, right? And then like metallic the load. I mean, the self-titled album. They kind of that was like when they blew up and took over the
Oh,
fucking
dude.
world.
Yeah.
And
And it never
everybody
stopped.
no,
It
and
never stopped.
that's why they're the biggest. That's why they're the biggest metal band out there. I still say they're a thrash metal band because at the end of the day, they still play that thrashy stuff, and at the end of the day, they still play that metal. And I don't.
Yeah.
And everyone still's like, oh, they're not metal anymore. They're da, da, da. I'm like, they still are metal. And I don't know if you've listened to their podcast, Metallica podcast that they have.
I've only
Uh,
listened to Lars's podcast.
okay, well
Uh,
on I don't know what you use, if you use Spotify or if you use Apple, but it's called from the Metallica Report, and it's done by their camp, and they interview Metallica weekly.
oh,
And
wow.
they were talking on there, and of course they talked about the Nashville show, they talked about the Virginia Tech show, which that Virginia Tech show was monument and legendary, and it's going to go down in history as one of the raddest fucking shows. um because of the earthquake that it registered.
Yeah, that's
Um,
crazy.
but they were talking about their songs, and people can write in questions, and then they'll answer some of the questions. And they were talking about playing certain songs and da 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 da. And James, they got into it, and then James said it at the end of the day, and Kurt said it too. At the end of the day, these are our songs. We wrote these songs. If we want to change them, slow them down a little bit, that's what we're going to do. They're our songs. We're playing them. But you can't tell me that Battery doesn't still sound fucking just as good. He still rips it, you
Oh, yeah.
know?
Dude, how
Um,
about his vocals, dude? At that
yeah,
age?
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, at that age, though,
Oh
able
yeah.
to
And
it's almost like he's not aging. His voice isn't aging. It's insane.
And I'm glad at this current time he hasn't jumped off and fell off the wagon again, but he's doing good. The last time that he fell off was so Hatebreed and Clutch played Clarksville. Okay.
I
Never
remember
thought I
that,
would never thought I'd say
yeah. Yeah,
Hatebreed and Clutch would play Clarksville.
at
Well, Jamie John,
O'Connor's.
yeah, and O'Connor's of all things. I also saw Fozzy there. I saw Enough's Enough and Bullet Boys there.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
and they said those two bands sounded killer. Anyway, back to the Metallica thing. So Jamie Johnson literally posted 5 minutes after he walked off the stage. I just got this text, and apparently James is back in rehab. And I was like, oh, so
Yeah.
sad, because but at least he knows he got his demons, and he's tackling them. Um, but with that being said, he's writing some of the killer music still. Like those last three albums, Death Magnetic, Hardwire, and 72 Seasons are still phenomenal records. And in the order of which is better, Death Magnetic, Hardwire, 72 Seasons. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, I agree.
Death
Yeah,
Magnetic is Death Magnetic. They came out fucking with something to prove, and I'm like, holy shit,
yeah,
yes, you know. But um, they'll always be one of my top 5 favorite bands.
for sure.
You know, I know these 3 bands are your are on your eh, on your Mount Rushmore of metal. Which is your favorite out of Iron Maiden,
Oh boy,
Megadeth, Metallica?
it's
Which
Metallica,
order
man.
would you which order would you
Okay,
put them in?
um, I would say Metallica, Megadeth, Iron Maiden.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
That's where I would probably go with that. Um, even though Dave's a little Dave, you know, has his words about the boys. Um, I I still think he puts out some of the heaviest shit
Oh
still.
yeah.
And
Oh yeah,
then and
definitely.
then Mad Respect on that last album when he had that song about Night Stalkers, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah,
Holy fuck, that song was epic. And then to have Ice-T on it too? Come
yeah.
on, you know?
Dude,
Um,
the guitar work on that last album, his rhythm work is just insane, man.
and not bad from a dude who had to learn how to play guitar
Yeah,
again,
exactly.
you know? He's really good. What would your favorite Megadeth record be?
Um, man, that's a really good question. I think I'll have to go with Countdown to Extinction, man.
All
Just
right.
because from front to back, I can sit and listen to it and I stay engaged, you know?
What what do you think happened after that album that because I mean they were huge when that I mean they're still big, but when that album came out, they were fucking huge. And then that next album didn't really do it for him, you
Yeah.
know? Um maybe that's not what Dave wanted, you know. Maybe he just had to prove a point. But
Yeah. Uh,
you know,
I think
because
everybody was adjusting fire from, you know, the grunge movement after that. Uh, some did it better than others. Obviously, Metallica did a great job with it. Uh,
and 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 that's always been a thing with bands that um they have to what's the word I'm looking for? They have to I can't think of the exact word. Anyway, so you got hair metal, you got grunge, you got to be able to change with that entire stay relevant. You know, it's like
yeah,
kind of like look at like Linkin Park for instance. They had to do that in the 2000s where the new metal kind of died away, but they still stayed on top of their game and
yeah.
they never went
Killer,
nowhere.
killer
You know,
band too. Lincoln
oh,
Park was such a killer band.
every album. I would say the same thing with their albums. Every album is better than the next. Like
Yeah.
they just kept getting better and better. You know,
Mhm.
um, super talented group. And people hate people. Some people don't like the new thing going on with them. Hey, it's cool. It's whatever. I think that girl can sing her butt off. So
Oh, yes, you
whatever.
can, definitely.
Uh, I
But
have
there is one
what
band though through the '90s that kept it real and never really changed.
Slayer.
That's right.
What's your favorite Slayer record?
Seasons in the Abyss,
Yeah, yeah.
definitely.
Me and you
Yeah.
could go on a drive in the country,
Yeah.
dude. I bought that the week it came out on cassette, and I wore that fucking album
Dude,
out.
so good,
Um,
man.
Dead Skin Mask is my favorite song off that record.
Same here, same here.
It's like, you know, it's just I mean, dude, Jeff is a fucking riff master, dude. And Gary holds up on his end to fill the shoes of
Oh,
Jeff, you
yeah,
know.
definitely.
Um, that's one thing about that Ozzy Black Sabbath show. It's like nobody was moshing until Slayer gets on, and then you look in the crowd and there's like 12 mosh pits. That's like holy shit. But
Yeah.
you know, they tore it up. No, and then like another one of my favorite Metallica songs is Dyer's Eve.
Oh, god.
You know, it's just like, and the only reason why I grew to like that song, there was this girl on my bus, and she was like a metal chick, and I was like in 7th grade or something, or maybe 8th grade or whatever. And her name was, yeah, I know her name. Her name was Monica. and she was a metal chick, and she on the back of her jean jacket, she had Monica written like Metallica,
That's
right? It
awesome.
was so dope, right? And she's like, "What do you listen to?" I was like, "Justice for All." She's like, "Oh, give it to me," and she fast forwarded it to Dyer's Eve, and then put you had the ones that went over your head, so she had to pop one of the pieces off to hold it to her ear, so we were listening to it on the school bus, man, and then I was like, damn, but this song is really fucking badass because
Yeah,
it's
it is.
it's like, dear mother, dear father. Oh,
Dude, I love To Live Is To Die, that song.
oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Honestly, that whole record is fucking just a
Oh,
beast,
yeah. Yeah.
It's
I feel like they had to do something like they had to do a reset because it's like they're doing this technical wise, you know, you have to have a reset. You can't just keep, it's going to get too extreme for Metallica. And they had that reset and it just sent them right to the top, man.
dude. Let's see. I mean, off this album, you got Enter Sandman single, Sad but True single, Unforgiven single, Wherever I May Roam single, Nothing Else Matters single. It's
Yeah.
like, fuck, dude. But my favorite song on that record is of Wolfen Man.
Same, dude. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
dude.
I was
That
waiting
song
for
is
it,
that song's
dude.
a fucking ripper,
Oh,
dude.
it's so good, man.
God damn, dude. Yeah. Yeah, I could probably I try to see Metallica every time they come to Nashville. I've only missed them once since I moved to Tennessee. Um,
Yeah, you gotta
and
take out a loan these days.
dude, hey, I got floor seats this last time. And
Man, I did
I went with
not.
it was me and Eric Daly went.
Okay,
And
cool.
so like the week before they went on sale, I was like, "Hey, bro, I'm gonna get tickets. You just pay me back." He's like, "All right, cool, cool." And then of course, I already knew they were gonna be expensive. And then I saw the prices. I was like, "When am I gonna be able to see all these bands like that I want to see on one show and be that close?" I say, "Hey, man, you down with the 2 he was down with 2 days already." I said, "But are you down with 2 days on the floor?" He said, "Yeah, as long as I could pay you, a little here, a little there." I said, "Deal, I'm buying tickets." So like for 2 days, for both our tickets for 2 days was $997 for two.
That's actually
That's
not terrible, man.
nah, cause it's like two and some change per day, but it's because you bought them in the day. Like I think single day tickets were a little more money if you bought them
Oh, I
single,
got you. Yeah, yeah, I got
So
you.
we bought, I bought all, I bought two tickets for Saturday, Sunday, and or Thursday, Saturday. Now you had Suicidal and Pantera, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And though I've seen Suicidal before, seen Pantera before, seen Metallica. So that was cool. I've never seen Limp Bizkit. And I'm gonna tell you right now, they did not
Dude,
disappoint.
I love Limp Bizkit, man.
Bro, because you know what the difference is about them now than it was then? They don't take themselves as serious anymore. They
Oh,
left the
yeah,
ego,
definitely,
the
yeah,
ego, the egos are back home. You know what I'm saying? They left the egos back in Jacksonville.
yeah.
Um, and they're a solid, tight fucking band.
Oh, their drummer is just so good, dude. So
And that
underrated, man.
and that whole band's the original lineup.
Yeah,
John
and
Otto, take me
yep,
to the
John
Matthews
Otto.
Bridge. Yep.
Dude, did you see that, I don't know what show it was where, Wes Borland dressed up like James Hetfield with the skull
Oh,
mask?
that was at the that was in the Denver show. So here's the thing is the or the show before Denver was in San Francisco, and I'm like, why did you dress up like James in San Francisco? But they did it in Denver, and that was the last leg of that tour was in Denver. But yeah,
Oh, man. So
that was so
James
rad.
lives in Colorado, so he probably requested that. That was nice for him.
Yeah, he didn't have to go far to go home. Everybody else had to go back to the Bay because
Yeah.
everyone else lives in the Bay Area. I don't know where
I think
Robert
Kirk
no Robert lives. Oh, Kurt lives in Hawaii, doesn't he?
Hawaii, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and Robert lives in SoCal. Um, but a band that sold me that I didn't know anything about until I mean I knew their music, but I didn't really listen to them was Ice Nine Kills. They sold me. Their fucking stage show. I want to see them now in a smaller area so I can enjoy their show. But the theatrics and the fucking zombies and the fucking horror and all this shit, like they're concept records too. They're all about horror movies, you know.
Yeah.
And but their show was so good, I want to see it in like at like the Brooklyn Bowl or at Marathon or something like that.
So they
And they
they opened too for Limp Bizkit, or
yeah, it was Limp Bizkit
I didn't know
because
they
on
were on that bill.
yeah, it was they opened and they've been on tour with Metallica for the last 3 years. They've been on 72 seasons tour since day one.
Holy crap.
Uh, so they're not that big of a band, you know. I mean they're big, but not that level big to be opening from like Metallica has all these big bands and they got them, which their fan base probably just jumped up a couple thousands of people, you know. But
Yeah.
they were really good. I really enjoyed them. Didn't realize that only one person in that band is original, and that's the singer.
Yeah, I
That
didn't know that either.
which means he's probably a hard ass to work for.
Yeah,
Uh,
probably.
but
Like Dave Mustaine.
oh yeah, right, yeah. Is there and there's not even an original member in that band now, is there?
No.
Because everybody else is gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I
that
I
sucks.
I kind of got a feeling David Ellison's going to make his way back eventually, but
Yeah, I
he
mean,
played the back to the beginning thing, which I thought
yeah,
was kind
he
of,
tore it up.
yeah, I thought that was kind of out of nowhere, but
Well, you know the rumors. There's all these rumors going around. Who was kicked off the show?
bro,
Some people are saying Megadeth. Some people are going back. Some people are going back to the 90s and saying Danzig because Danzig wanted more money to play Ozfest and Sharon said no, you're not getting more money. You signed the contract, get out there.
yeah,
But this is and you know who wasn't there, which I thought would be there? Motley Crue.
that's the band I said to the band to Art to Fuzzripper. I was like, I wonder if it was Motley Crue.
But then Nikki Six posted on Instagram the other day a nice little message to Ozzy.
So did John Five. So
So, but
maybe
then
Rob Zombie.
no, there was a band that was there was a couple of bands that were advertised. Obviously, Wolfie couldn't do it because he got the opening slot for
Yeah,
the Creed.
yeah,
Makes sense. Judas Priest couldn't do it because they were on tour with the Scorpions.
yeah.
Because the Scorpions that same night was recording their 60th anniversary show.
Golly,
60th fucking years. And they still sound good in my book. But anyway,
I love the Scorpions, man.
Soundgarden was advertised.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they were. I mean, Kim and
Yeah, yeah,
Ben and
can
yeah, but they
tell.
were
Yeah.
advertised, but they weren't there. So,
Hmm.
but
That might have been it.
but Motley Crue is another one that I'm thinking. It could be Motley
That was the first one after I
because
did the math in my head, and I was like, "Why was Motley Crue not there?"
because they did a lot with Ozzy in the day. And
I don't even
oh
think
shit,
they're on the road right now.
I just hit my headphones and Fuzzripper started playing. That's not a bad thing. No, no, Motley's not on the road. No, but yeah, but I mean, to see who was there, it's cool. It was there was somebody that I didn't expect to see Tool there.
Yeah, me either.
But apparently everybody else was going to be there already, and except for Maynard. So I guess they were like, well, fuck, I guess we can do it,
Yeah,
Uh,
I thought that Nuno Betancourt did a phenomenal job playing,
he,
man.
so during the did Jakey Lee do Bark at the Moon? I can't remember.
I don't think so. He did
No,
like
he did
Ultimate Sin and Shot in the Dark, I think.
Shot in the Dark. Whichever one that he wasn't able to pull off the solo, and they at the last minute, Nuno looked at him and said, "I can do it for you if you want me to." Like
Yeah,
you got you've been shot, you've got
yeah,
arthritis,
bro.
you got arthritis, like just for you to be here is just
Yeah,
cool enough. But Nuno, man, and everyone gives that band extreme shit. I
it's
love that
just the
band. I
way they
think they're
broke, man. It's
yeah.
just, you know.
But they're such a talented fucking band,
Oh, yeah.
there's some
Everybody just
musically
thinks of more than words, and, like, that's
mhm.
it when they hear about Extreme.
They're and Nuno still does that shit. And I think the worst Van Halen record ever made was the one with Gary Sinise from Extreme, That was a horrible
Yeah,
record.
it
I mean,
was
it wasn't
horrible.
horrible. It just wasn't a Van Halen record,
Yeah.
It wasn't Van Halen. But
Speaking of, things people don't like to say, dude, I love Van Hagar, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm a Hagar over Roth, even though I love Roth.
Same.
I think Roth was a good front man. He had good voice, but I think Hagar was a better writer, better performer because he did the guitar work. My first introduction to Van Halen was OU812. So I got introduced to Hagar Van Halen before I
Before,
got
yeah,
into
yeah,
yeah. But and that's the kind of guy I am. If I get introduced to something first that a certain way, then that's gonna be like my favorite record. Um, like for me, my favorite Metallica record is Master of Puppets, even though I was introduced to it by Justice. But Seventh Son is going to be my favorite Maiden record of all time. That's just a great record, you know.
yeah.
But no, Hagar's better. And Hagar's Fly High Again was off a little bit because they all just didn't come in together and it threw it off. But if you heard it at rehearsal, fucking solid. Um, but I mean, Chad Smith was just like, "Oh, I guess I'm doing something right. Oh, okay, you know." It's he was just having fun, you know. And
Yeah.
then you got Vernon Reed up there too. Come
Oh,
on.
yeah.
Now I'm not a Ghost fan by any means. Um, and of course, Papa got destroyed on the internet about the way he was singing.
Yeah.
Like he was forcing some of those vocals parts. The dude can sing. I will give him that, but I just don't think that was the song for him. I
I
don't think
think,
so.
I think it's Ozzy songs, when Ozzy sings them, they do not sound like they're high register,
Uh-huh.
and they are. Some of his songs it's up there, and I think that's what happened. They should have did like a half step down or something like that, you know, because I mean,
Oh,
the Papa Tobias, he doesn't he has a very like mid-range type vocal, you know,
uh-huh.
very comfortable vocal.
Do you- Everyone said it, and I kind of get it now. I kind of hear it more that I've gone back and listened to it. He was really flat,
Yeah. It's
you
almost
know.
like he couldn't hear himself, like he was having problems with his monitor, and I saw a couple people throughout the
Mm-hmm.
day and that may have been what happened with Sammy Hagar too.
Exactly, and I think that's what happens. You get that super group going on because you got one, these guys don't ever play with each other, and two, they probably only had like a day to rehearse with those songs with
Yeah,
each other. You know.
and they're literally patching so many in-ear
Oh my god, dude!
back to back, like, every time a set ends, they gotta have another set ready to go, and,
But
man,
they
that's
were
confusing.
But they fucking nailed it, dude. They nailed that fucking set changes. They did run behind by like 10 minutes at towards the end. That's why Black Sabbath had to drop a song. And there's two more songs they were supposed to play. And there's three total. One they just ended up dropping altogether. The other one they didn't know if Bill would be able to pull it off because you know he hadn't been playing for who knows how long. And then finally the other one was I think Black Sabbath they had to drop that song as well.
Yeah.
But kudos to fucking Tom Morello for keeping that going. You know,
Oh,
he
for
was the
sure, man.
mastermind behind
Yeah,
that
for
all. You know,
sure. And he did some great guitar work throughout the day too, man.
Jesus
He did an
Christ, dude.
awesome job.
Yeah, he did. And to see him and Adam Jones back up on stage together for the first time in like 30 years, you know,
Oh,
because
yeah, I didn't even think
they went to
about
high
that.
school. They were the high
Yeah,
school together, you know. I'm gonna say it because I want it's the talk of the internet. What did you think of Youngblood?
I thought it was phenomenal. I thought he did a
Um,
great job.
it's I'm in. I've been into dude's music, you know, for a while. It's not all like that, you know, but it's all you know. He's a Gen Xer, you know. His
Yeah,
music's all. But anyway, he can definitely control a crowd. He is a performer from hell. He has the energy.
he
He
has the
has the
voice.
attitude. He has a great voice, man. And
Yeah.
no, if you haven't seen or anything, but 2 days later, his tonsils fucked up on him.
Oh, man.
So right now he had to cancel a bunch of shows and he's getting his tonsils removed. But the night right after he got done singing Changes, he walked straight to a limousine, got in, went straight to the airport, had to fly to his headlining show in Belgium.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Yeah. But apparently like there's videos of him, you know, and Ozzy going around from the last 10 years, you know, and him praising Ozzy. You know, Ozzy got inducted to like the Billboard Hall of Fame or something, and Youngblood introduced or you know inducted him, and then Sharon came out and got the award because Ozzy couldn't do it. But
Yeah.
Respect to the kid, and he's a good kid. He could sing his ass off. Respect, but all the old dudes. Oh, even Steven Tyler. Like there's a video with him and Steven Tyler hanging out. That's a man. I don't want to hear anybody ever say again. Age is fucking
Oh,
up
bro,
Sora's voice.
he
He
killed it.
destroyed.
Yeah, he killed it, man. He
Fuck.
did and I that's one of the ones, like, I didn't see live when it was happening, and I saw someone post, it might have been Samantha Knight from Z97.5, that Steven Tyler just killed it, and I went and looked up the video and was like, "Holy crap," you
Yeah,
know?
dude. He got it still, man. And but he's another guy who's a fucking front man.
Oh, yeah.
He's what I think he's 78 now or 74 or something. He still can control, and he's had it worse than everybody. He's done all kinds of fucking
Yeah.
shit to his life.
Yeah.
Well, hell, man, I don't want to keep you too long. I got a couple of questions I want to ask you. I don't want to I want to keep you like all night long. We could talk for hours, man. Um, I got some fun questions to ask you.
Alright.
One, you guys already have this question. You already have this, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. If Fuzzripper could have a mascot, what would the mascot be? And your mascot is what?
Jack.
Okay.
Yep.
And who wears the Jack costume?
Allegedly, it's my wife, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah, and it's crazy how many people think it's actually me. I'm like, we were in the same shots together, but I guess these days you can do stuff like that, you know?
Yeah. I kind of figured it was her, what I'm
Yeah.
saying. She helps you out too a lot with the band too, right?
Yeah, and lyrically, she helps me out a lot. She's a English tech major, so I'll always say, "Hey, this makes sense because, I have terrible English." And, there's a lot of the songs that she wrote a good bit of the lyrics on too.
Oh yeah. Well, hey, that's part of being a wife, man.
Oh,
I kid. If you hear this, I kid. If you, since we were just talking about the super groups, if you were able to fill in for one band on guitar, what band would you fill in for?
That's a
They're like,
very
hey
good one.
man, our guitar player just fucking slammed his hand in the door. We need you like tomorrow.
Yeah, I think that I honestly think it would be cool to honestly Metallica, man.
Yeah, I kind of figured
Yeah,
you'd say that.
yeah, but I would say Ghost too, because
Yeah.
it's almost like I could play the show and nobody would even know, like, it kinda keeps it mysterious, kinda thing.
Kind of like Sleep Token too. Nobody knows who
Exactly,
that
yeah,
band
yeah,
is.
yeah.
What's that other new band that's out there that nobody knows who they are? Priest or something? Not Priest.
President the
President.
President,
Yeah.
yeah.
Are they all
Well,
wearing
oh,
like?
I'm glad you said that. I would play Judas Priest. If,
There you go.
one of the guitar players, something happened or they were ill, that would be it, man.
Yeah.
Judas Priest.
I will say this. I like Priest. Okay. But I don't like Priest, if you know what I mean. Like, it's not one of those bands that I can just stop everything and go listen to.
Yeah.
But I have mad respect for them. I understand what they've done for the music world. Them and Sabbath come from the same fucking town. And to see that cover that they just did of for Sabbath, since they weren't going to be there, was a phenomenal, amazing. Um, Another question I have: if your band was a fast food meal, what would be in your fast food meal, like
Oh,
on
man.
a combo meal?
Uh, so I would say definitely a corn dog.
All right, and
Uh,
okay, here this is how we're gonna do it. Let me rewind. You got four dudes in the band, okay? Right? One, two, yeah, okay, four. You got to pick what each member would be in the combo meal.
okay. So, the corn dog would be Josh Porce, the drummer. Um, I'd say for the drink, I'd say just a water because Tommy's super into running and
Okay.
fitness and rucking, and uh, I'd say Dom would probably be some pepper jack cheese fries.
I can see that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I'd say I would be the dessert, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I struggle so much with desserts. Like, I struggle with my weight. I constantly have to diet,
No,
because you're in a band, you're supposed to look a certain way,
no.
and but when Halloween hits, when October hits,
I'm a sweets guy, bro.
I'm tearing it up, dude. Like, I'm tearing it up all October, man. So I would be the dessert.
Okay.
And if I had a dessert, it would be zebra cakes, man.
All right.
I'm all
Okay.
about it. Freeze them, put them in the freezer.
Oh shit, bro. Why have we had so much shit in common? Because that's what I do with my zebra cakes. I put them in the freezer.
Hell yeah.
They're so good. Okay. Have you had the Little Debbie zebra cake ice cream?
No.
Bruh. Okay. First off, no, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't. I don't want to turn you on to the Little Debbie
I'll
ice
wait
cream
till October.
because the Little Debbie ice creams are fire, dude. Like even the
Oh,
oatmeal
it
cream pie,
sounds amazing.
the oatmeal cream pie is amazing. But I gotta lay off. I gotta eat. I mean, I'm supposed to lay off sugars, but no, I can't. I have to eat it. I had to eat
Dude,
it anyway.
so I can't. So, like, my wife's always like, you could have a little bit, in moderation. No, I can't. I
No,
can't
well, it's
do
like
that.
this. It's like okay, so I quit drink. I haven't had a drink in over 2 years, right? And people are like, well, you can just have a drink. I was like, no,
No,
that's the problem. That's why I can't. That's why I don't do it because if I have one, like, okay, hey, Dusty, you want to go out and have a drink? You be having your one drink, and I've already be on the floor because I'm fucking just. I can't just do one. I can't go out and have a nice drink on out with the boys. I'm pounded.
I'm the same way, man. And
So
it'll be about 2 years for me coming up here. Um,
from drinking.
yep, yeah,
Oh wow, congrats.
yeah. Because I struggled with alcohol too,
Yeah,
especially when
man.
I got out of the military. Um, but yeah, I'm the same way. I can't just do one drink. I gotta
No.
keep her going.
Yeah, I feel you, man.
Yeah.
Um, what's your go-to gas station snack?
Oh man. There's these there's these protein bars that are out now. They're called like bear bear bells or something like that.
Okay.
Bear bells or bear balls, or I don't even know. Something
No, bro,
balls.
I wasn't asking about your bare balls, bro.
Oh, you mean out of the bathroom.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
no, but they have this like double chocolate cookie dough protein bar,
Oh
and it
wow,
tastes like Star Kiss, like the Star Crunch uh out of
little
the
Debbie.
yeah, exactly. It's even got like the little crunch to it. It tastes a lot like it. So I'm all about
Oh,
that at the gas station. And I'm terrible about energy drinks.
saying what's your energy drink?
Lately it's been the green Jolly Rancher C4. I'm all
Okay,
about that
okay.
one. I like the
I
ghost ones.
I'm hooked. Well, yeah, I love the. I'm hooked. I'm not hooked. Okay, my go-to energy drink is the White Monster because it's sugar
Oh,
free.
solid.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. But that fucking Welch's.
Oh, it's
That
solid, dude. The grape
so
juice.
yeah. So
Yeah.
my boss got me and him. He got a case of Welch's and a case of the Ghost Bomb Pop one because of that's what we are able to get from our provider. And I was like, "Why'd you do this?" Because like those great Welch's are fire, dude.
Dude, it is
Um,
so close. It's insane, man.
oh, I let somebody taste it. And they're like, "What?" And I'm like, and another thing too, why I drink a lot. I mean, and yeah, they got other bad things in there, but for the most part, a lot of them don't have any calories. A lot of them don't have any. It's all, but they got a bunch of other crap in there. So know.
Yeah.
But yeah, solid. And I tried the monster. I mean the Black Rifle. They put out some energy drinks and they're pretty tasty.
Oh, I haven't tried those. Yeah.
Yeah, I always go with the white ones if I don't know what I want yet, but everybody has cool different flavors. So, all right, man. Well, Dust, here's something else too. The band, on the internet or on the interweb, whatever you want to call it. Where can everybody find the Fuzzripper?
So the easiest thing to do is either look up our Instagram or our Facebook, and then we have a link there that link will bring you to all the streaming services we're on, our music videos. You can go to our store, buy a t-shirt, buy the album on vinyl, uh, or just Google Fuzzripper.
Is the album almost sold out?
It is not. I think we got a long ways to go.
How big was the run? 5?
uh 250. It was
Oh, that's
250.
not too bad. That's not too
So
bad. That's
I
not too
think
bad.
we're about to hit like the 70s, I think, something like
Oh,
that.
you
Yeah,
mean 70 left or 70 sold?
sold,
Oh, okay.
unfortunately. Yeah.
Not bad. I
So
mean,
yeah,
once you guys start playing some shows, get people out there,
yeah, we're gonna
Um,
keep it going, man. Because we are, even though we've been around, we're relatively new, you know. Uh, we love it. We love playing it. Uh, like I said, I'm writing for the next album. I've already got a couple songs demoed, and we're really looking forward to that.
it's always fun writing music, man.
Oh yeah.
Um, oh yeah, I have some demos to tell you too, but I'll tell you off the air.
Okay.
Um, and real quick before we go, do you have a cool dad joke?
Mm, man, you'd think that I would have a cool dad joke. There is something that I say constantly at work. I'll like be with one of the dudes working on something, and I'll be like, "Hey, Seymour was looking for you when I was in the bathroom," and he's like, "Seymour?" I'm like, "Yeah, Seymour Peters," and I'll just walk away. But that's pretty dad. That's a pretty dad
Yeah.
joke.
I thought you were gonna say see these nuts, but
Well, we do ask about CDs a lot.
yeah. CDs what?
Exactly.
All right. Well, Dusty, it's good talking with you, man. We'll have to do this again and talk more about music.
For sure.
All right, man.
Get a
I'll talk with
coffee or something, grab some energy drinks.
yeah, man. Maybe and some zebra cakes.
Uh, maybe in October.
There you go. All right, my friend. Appreciate it.
All right, man.
Later.